going on, guys? Level M Diecast. Bringing you something a little different on the channel. I want to kind of bring up the conversation of casting usage. You know, we all sit there and we're like, man, they're using that casting again. And eventually you're like, man, why don't they just stop using that casting? But we're going to cover this guy. So what you're looking at right now is the 93 Camaro Z28 from Matchbox. That is the Gold Challenge Coupe. Now, we're just going to roll through all of these, and we're going to end up filling up this whole entire shelf because this casting has been used an excessive amount. And we're going to bring these to you in no particular order. I'm going to bring you the coupes, and then I'm going to show you the police versions. And, I don't think I have every single version. I'm pretty close to them, but there are still going to be a couple out there I don't have. So obviously you guys are looking at the Gold Challenge Z28. This kind of was, Matchbox's take on treasure hunts. Back in the day, they came with a little box on the blister. So there were two models that were never released as singles. They were only released in 10 packs. They are very difficult to find, so we're just going to stick him at the top. Now I'm going to put those in there straight on because if I put them at an angle, we're going to have trouble. Now, the model debuted, I'm pretty sure this is the debut, in black with this crazy magenta, blue, and white stripe on the side with the silver spiral wheels. But that's not the only version we got. We also got one with gold spiral wheels and hood tampo. So there's the variation on that guy. Throw him up there. Now we got a twist on that same one in this dark silver with spiral wheels instead of black. So we got that guy. Same tampo deco on the side. But then he also went into the transitional phase in 97 when the concave 5 spokes came out. So you do have your wheel variation there. This is an okay casting of the real car, just saying, but you could definitely tell it was in the Tyco era of fat cars because they were all little weird size. Now, it also got debuted over into pure silver with the hood tampo on the top, also with concave 5 wheels. Tampo changed up a little bit, but it's still basically the same design. But this moved to red, white, and blue rather than the magenta. Looking pretty good. Throw that guy up there as well. These were like, this came from a 5-pack to start with. And there was 2 versions of this guy. 2 separate 5-packs, 2 separate years. I believe the yellow one came first, and then the purple one came second. But these are super chrome. These are basically like Spectra, Flame, whatever. Street Streakers or Silver Streakers, something to that effect is what this 5-pack was called. So we got those guys as well. Throw those guys up there as well. Get those up there. Then, you guys remember Pogs? Yeah, I had Pogs when I was a kid. Although Matchbox didn't call them Pogs. I believe they called them Match Caps. But this came with a set of Pogs on a huge blister. That is where this guy came from in super chrome. So kind of the same lines as those two, but this was a different line entirely. Throw that guy up there. This is one of the later versions. I believe this came out in 99 or 2000 on single card. You got Camaro on the side, concave. Looking pretty good with its racing deco. Not too bad, not too shabby. Obviously, back in the day, Matchbox had suspension, which they don't do anymore, but, they used to have suspension. So there's our first row, but we're not done with the Camaros. Coupes. Now, this casting was excessively used in the Premier line as well. So full tampo, front and rear, premium. You even had your interior decoed up, rubber tires, really nice pieces here. There's your rear tampos on there. This model looks really, really good with the full tampos. I think it looks really good. Definitely doesn't make it look as fat. It's pretty nice. So we got that guy in blue. Show that guy up there. We also got one in teal. So basically the exact same, just in teal instead of blue. We also got this guy in dark green. This is one of the better ones, I think. I think this is a very good color for this guy. Looked very, very appropriate. Very nice piece. Ultra dark green. Looking pretty good. Purple. Purple's a pretty good color too. These all have had I believe these all have had the same wheel thus far. There are some different wheels though, so we'll get to some different ones there. It's a spiral deco design on there. Goodyear Eagle. They put pretty much Goodyear Eagle on everything in the 90s with Matchbox. Speaking of new wheel choice, so this yellow one got these 5-spoke wheels on it. Looks pretty good in yellow as well. Pretty good tampos. One definitely stands out a lot. And all the Premiers had, decoed up interiors too. The seats were painted and stuff, and there were some details in there just to set it apart. We also got it in red, because of course, this is a quintessential Camaro color in red. So we got that guy. You notice the tampos are always the same, just different colors, which is perfectly fine. That's what Premier was. This is one of the best versions of Premier. Orange with the white stripes. It's a little bit of a 30th anniversary nod type of deco on it. Looking pretty good. Taillight tempo changed. Got Hugger on the plate, so this was a little different. I don't remember what series these are all in, but this was definitely, I believe this was the last one of the Premiers that came out. Throw that guy up there. Now, before Premier, and this is where I know I'm missing a couple Camaros, there was World Class. And World Class was basically the same thing, but they had chrome windows, which is they look nice, but it's definitely different. But you can see, I mean, it's still the same tampo details. Looking pretty good. Still have that Z28 on the plate. There is your World Class logo on the bottom. Letting you know. Throw that guy up there as well. Starting to fill up the second row. Now, that's the end of the coupes. Now, I can tell you right now I don't have all the coupes. There's still some coupes missing. But that's it for the coupes. Now, this casting was also used as a police car. This particular one came from a 5-pack. Not exactly a nice deco, but it came from a 5-pack, so what do you expect? This came with all police vehicles in this pack. I believe this pack was called Serve and Protect. There also was one casting variation in that pack between the armored truck and the Ford delivery truck. This one's pretty cool. This one's decoed up as a roadside rescue, which is pretty cool. Got the yellow windows. Actually doesn't look too bad. This is definitely one of the later runs. This was, I believe, around 99, 2000. I believe this was a single pack. Put that guy up there. Also from a 5-pack is this guy with his Highway Patrol deco in red and white. DWI enforcement. I don't know if they'd be able to put that on anything nowadays, if they could still do DWI on there, but that's pretty cool. It kind of gives a little bit of a realistic flavor to it, even though the tampo is not all that great. And they did still, or at least on this version, they painted the middle of the light bar, which looks pretty good. So got that guy up there. 2001, 2002-ish. This is, after, Mattel had full reins over Matchbox, and they really wanted them to be a child's toy. This was a later version. Got red windows. The red windows do not look good. Different light bar on there as well than the previous version we just looked at. Take a bite out of crime. They were really pushing the whole kid theme, and of course, the wheels were terrible. So, at the very least, they should have chose the ones with the small sidewall rather than the big sidewall. This is from a mission launcher set. So this is one of those ones that came with like the plane or the fire truck thing, and you could shoot the cars out of it. It came 5 models in it. Same style packaging as the 10 packs from back in the day. So that's where this guy came from. Taking a look at the logo there. There's no text on this guy. Just decals. Tampo up. Put that guy on there. Now, some of the earlier police versions. So we got a 5-pack here in white and blue contrasting. This particular deco was used quite a bit. So this is Matchbox Police Department on the side. Number 1. White and blue. Now, that same deco was also used on this guy, but in white and black with the spiral wheels. This was a single pack. That was a 5-pack, so this was a single pack. And then pay attention to the door there. So you're seeing that deco on there, white and black. It also came with gold print. So the gold print one is much, much nicer. Looks very, very good. Definitely prefer the gold print one for sure. Spiral wheels, leave a little bit to desire. That's not a good wheel, but it's a pretty nice version. Pretty nice to get both those variations. The gold version's not as common. It's not rare, but the gold one's not as common. Another deco that got some love, police style wise. This is also from a 5-pack, I believe, if I remember correctly. So you got Matchbox Police in white and blue, kind of the modern interpretation of that exact one there. Just modernized, looking pretty good. Obviously, you got the concave wheels on there, which is pretty nice. Slide that guy up there. Make sure he stays. And then another one, same tempo print, just like before, black and white. Black and white. So pretty cool. I like that. I like that style that they did back in the day by basically bringing those two cars into the modern day with, a modern interpretation of the same police department, which I think is pretty sweet. It's a pretty cool idea. This guy obviously didn't have any gold print because there's really nothing to gold print on there, but still pretty cool. I'm going to slide him up there to keep them somewhat together. Another 5-pack version here. This guy in white and blue. They used a lot of white and blue back in the day, which I thought was kind of interesting. This light bar looks pretty good, even though it's big. I think it's appropriate. And for the most part, it's always been painted silver in the middle, which definitely helps set the bar across. Obviously, not red and blue, unfortunately. Like an actual. But nowadays, you don't see too much of that anyways. 5-pack version. This is from the Dare 5-pack. A little bit later run. This is around 2002, I believe. And see how much better those wheels look with the small sidewall versus that big sidewall that I was mentioning earlier. It just makes it look so much better. Normal size or normal color window, which is pretty rare for this era. But the Tampo design was a little out there. And we're going to go over some more Dare models too. So that guy's not going to be rolling solo. Hero City era. This is Hero City. So this, casting is covered many years. This is the Hero City era. I think the yellow windows are good. I think it should have had a yellow light bar on the top, but it's got red. Doesn't look white. Again, the big sidewall on these lace wheels doesn't look good. It looks like it wants to be an off-roader, but that's unfortunately what they were doing in the Hero City era. It was a very, very rough time to be a Matchbox collector. 50th birthday series. So this guy came in the 50th birthday series. So this is the New Hampshire vehicle. Again, not a good wheel choice. But at least the rest of it looks okay. Tampo looks like maybe it's a commemorative detail or something like that. Not meant to be an actual police car. Just more of a nod to something about New Hampshire. Not exactly sure what that might entail. Super fast. So there is another version of this super fast that I unfortunately don't have. And I believe he's in either solid white or solid blue, which is the Row version. So this is the US version. And so I don't have that version. But, this was supposed to be premium. Never a fan of these super fast wheels. They were very cheap looking. Definitely something you would see, at least I think I would see at a car on the dollar store or something like that. Like, I know these are, I mean, Matchbox are $1, but I mean, these did not retail for $1. I think these retailed for $3.99 when they were out way back in the day, over 10 years ago. But he's got Camaro on the plate. Looks pretty good. It's still a good version. The wheels are not good. The wheels are not good. Another Hero City era, but this one's a lot better. This one is, I think this was the first year of Hero City, and that other one was a later, I believe a later, like the second year of Hero City. I think this is 2003, and I think that was 2004. So not to get off track, but this one looks pretty good. The Tampo deco on the side's not bad. It's not bad. Now, if you guys remember Matchbox 2000, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this guy down. We're gonna bring in this guy real quick. I told you we'd see more Dare models. So this was the release in 2000. This was the Dare version. I believe this was the first time that they used, one of the first times that they used Dares, but this was in just the standard mainline. But anyways, you guys remember they did the 2000 logo. So we're going to put this guy up there. And you remember they did this? Where they put the logo on all the cars and they were the chase pieces. So this was supremely popular in 2000. This was insanely popular in 2000. But in 2001, they tried to do something similar with the 50th logo. And I thought I had one of those, but I guess I don't. This guy comes with the 50th logo, this silver one here, but I don't have that version. So they tried to do it with that. It wasn't popular. Nobody really cared about it. It was kind of weird. But then, Hero City era, they brought it back. So they did the whole logo chase thing again. So, same car. It's got the print on there. Now, some of these were pretty sneaky, but most of them were very blatantly put on the model. There were a few that were, well integrated into the side Tampo. But, this one was a pretty blatant one. But just want to point that out. Hero City, nobody cared. And to find that stuff nowadays is actually a little bit difficult. Gold Challenge. So we still got the Gold Challenge Police on top of the Gold Challenge Regular. So they were released in the same model years. So we still had police and civilian versions, which was pretty nice. This spiral wheels. Put that guy on the bottom. Now, this, I believe, is the last time that we saw this casting. This is, I believe this was around 2006, 2007, I believe. And I think this came in a 5-pack. So these wheels don't look as bad with the big sidewalls without the foil print in the middle, because it looks a little bit better because it's supposed to be a, like a utility wheel. I think looks good. You got your Highway Patrol logo on the side, Z28, 254. I believe 254 is the man number for this casting. They were doing a lot of that in 2005, 2006, 2007 to try to spark up the collectors and give somebody some stuff to kind of reinvigorate the collector community, because 2004 pretty much almost killed Matchbox. Now, I told you we'd have some more Dare versions. So there was an actual Dare Premier type release that was just Dare models. That's where these came from. They did not have rubber tires. These were later runs. Obviously, the rubber tires were omitted to cut costs down. And then, of course, these guys also don't have painted interiors. So no detail up in the interiors on those. But they do have full Tampo front and rear. Looking pretty good. And they do have that extra print on the middle of the light bar, which looks pretty good. So not too bad. Now, the funny thing is this generation of Camaro didn't have lens covers on the headlights, and they kind of give it the impression that it did with the Tampos on this particular version, which I thought was kind of weird, but we'll roll with it. Another Dare version, there was this guy with his red, white, and blue tampo. You got your contrasting light bar at the top, which is very nice. That is painted blue over the red. Didn't do that great of a job either, but at least they did it. And then this guy went back to just the white stripe for the headlights, so it looks appropriate. Again, no rubber tires, but this was a in the middle cost cutting type of release. I think they just wanted to get something else out there and use the Dare license that they had. Throw that up there. Now, this casting was used extensively in Premiere. Premiere got plenty of police and fire support as well. So we're going to roll through this. This is the Wyoming Highway Patrol. Looking pretty good. I like this version. Full front and rear tampos. Got some detail on the interior as well. Looking pretty good. Got HP with the logo for the Wyoming horse. Looking pretty good on the back there. Throw that guy down in there as well. The Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Patrol, Highway Texas Department of Public Safety. I don't know why you guys have to have such a ridiculous name. Just call it the Highway Patrol. It's the Texas Highway Patrol. It's ridiculous. Matchbox still uses a license for them. We did get a 5-pack with them a couple years ago, 2 years ago, I think. State Patrol. I like the contrasting lights on the headlights. Look good. Got your tampos on the side. Looking good. Solid blue on the window. On the light bar. It says go slow. And then, of course, you still have your tampo detail on the inside of the casting. Looking pretty good. On the interior. Throw him down there. Kansas State Trooper. This guy's got different wheels, but looking still pretty good. Still has that contrasting 2 lights in the front. Looks good. Same side to side. And then looking at the back here, just has Kansas on the plate. State Trooper. Looking pretty good. Trying to make some room here. We're not going to fill that whole thing up. Or actually, it's not going to hold enough, which I should say. New York State Police. Looking pretty good. This blue stands out very, very nicely. It's got just red for the lights. Looking pretty good. I think Texas State Patrol does have just red lights. I could be wrong. But maybe at this time they did. And then his plate just says, too fast. Throw that guy down in there. I got more versions that don't fit. Nevada. We got Nevada Highway Patrol here. I do like the silver and blue contrasting. Looks very good. I think on my particular version here, that door print's a little low, I believe. But we'll take a look at the other side. It's a little hard to tell from this side because the stripes go a different way, but it looks good. Looks good. No light detail as far as like sirens in the front. He does have red and blue on the light bar though, which is pretty nice. Take a look at the back there. He just says Nevada. Just Nevada on the plate. Put him in there. Utah. Home of Lamley himself. Utah Highway Patrol. I believe that's a beehive. I'm sure there's some significance to that. Never really looked at it. Other than that, their cop cars are super plain. They're just white. They're just white. Just plain white. So this one's actually pretty cool. I like it. It just says UHP on the plate for Utah Highway Patrol. Been through Utah many times. And it's a lot of area to speed. I don't know why people still speed through Utah. It's ridiculous. You can't have a cop car without the California Highway Patrol. And here we go. This one looks good. Got your gold and blue in the seal. Different wheels on this guy. I like it. Like that it's a different version. Got those red and blue in the headlights. Looking nice. Same side to side. Safety and service. 2 cops. Oh, Z cops. For Z28, very clever, very clever. Highway Patrol looking pretty good. Solid red on the light bar. Put him at the very bottom. Now, we're at the very end. This is the last one. This is Nebraska State Patrol. That is emergency number on there as well. Looking pretty good. I like the seal. I've driven through Nevada a lot. I'm sorry, Nebraska, and I don't know if I've ever really paid attention to the cops out there, but because it just doesn't look familiar to me. I've traveled all over most of the country, but I don't know. I guess I never really paid attention to Nebraska. Maybe I should feel bad. NSP on the plate. State Patrol looking pretty good. This guy also has red and blue for the light bar at the top, and then he's got red and black interior contrasting. Looks pretty good. So we'll throw him up there as well. So try to get a little scoot back here. So that's the whole walkthrough of all the Z28 93 Camaros I have from Matchbox. Now, like I mentioned, I do not have every single one. I would estimate I'm probably missing less than 10. So overall, I mean, you're looking at, roughly 60, 65 versions of this that are out there. Just an insane use of this casting. They definitely made their money's worth on this guy. And it's been a fun casting to collect, especially during the mid 90s to late 90s is when the majority of its usage was done. And who knows? I know that we'll never see it again, but we may see maybe I don't know. We might see the latter version, like the 2000 convertible they did. But anyways, we're going to roll out. Hope you guys appreciated that showcase. And I got tons more Matchbox stuff. If you guys want to see some, let me know. We'll catch you next time. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Level 'em Diecast. Peace!